On 30 June 2016, the government of Liberia took over all the security responsibilities from the United Nations mission in Liberia, after which a significant number of military and police personnel were withdrawn from the country. It was important to build on the gains made by UNMIL and other partners in the security sector, and called for mobilization of the much-needed resources and support for the SSR component of Liberia's flagship National Development Plan, the Purple Agenda for Prosperity and Development, including the areas of gender equality, empowerment, and the provision of women-friendly services in the security sector. The Peace Hut Women Initiative has proven to be an effective force to mitigate the outbreak of conflict and increase the attention of police and justice actors to specific security threats in the community. The decentralization of Peace Hut Women Initiative is paramount to the effectiveness of the project.
The Peace Hut Initiative is a very key initiative for UN Women. It provides voice to the women at the community level. It is based on the principle of Palava Hut. But what we have also realized is that these Palava huts were sort of male dominated. So the women started getting together and they got organized within the umbrella of peace huts, where they could identify their issues and then come and discuss and try and resolve it.
The project also built on a just and a quick impact project implemented by UNMIL and UN Women, which established the Gender and Security Sector National Task Force as institutionalized mechanism within the ongoing security reform strategy.
And since 2011, we were able to decentralize these structures across the counties, the 15 counties of Liberia. And where the peace structures are located, many are located along the borders. And along the borders, you have issue of people moving across the borders, migration issue, and there are a lot of feedbacks that we get as to how they do cross-border trading. So all of those are issues that once they are of conflict sensitive, our early warning structures pick them up and they send back to us, and we immediately inform. If it is an immigration issue, if it is a police issue, we inform the Ministry of Justice, we inform the police, we inform the immigration, and they all move in immediately.
The project also built on a just and a quick impact project implemented by UNMIL and UN Women, which established the Gender and Security Sector National Task Force as institutionalized mechanism within the ongoing security reform strategy.
The key role that we have been playing in supporting women in their communities when it comes to the Peace Hut is that we have done an assessment, monitored those peace huts, and then to actually ensure that women are also participating amicably in making decisions when it comes to issues that are conflict related in their communities.
The International Organization for Migration is a key partner in the implementation of the Women Peace Hut project. Part of their support is to build understanding at the community level about the concept of gender and security sector reform and governance, and to encourage community actors, especially community women, to participate more actively on peace and security issues in their communities, to develop a decentralized early warning reporting system for peace huts linked to PBO platform, where incidents of violence in their communities will be reported for urgent redress.
IOM is connected or involved in this project because working with the Peace Hut Women, which is a traditional space that was supported by UN Women and the United Nations mission, these women can be able to support the current process of security sector reform to address issues that are related to immigration. Using dialogues in the community where these women can invite the security actors and others, women group or youth group, to discuss issues that are related to their community. The other aspect or skill that IOM has supported the women is to work together with the Ministry of Internal Affairs or under the Peacebuilding Office to use them in the early warning system where these women are able to send their texts to alert the country or to report some of the cases that are appearing in their community.
Since the introduction of the project, there have been significant gains made. The women involved with the Peace Hut Women Initiative.
The early warning and early response training is important to the women of the Peace Hut because it will also help us to settle disputes and bring about unity in the community, among the community members, so that we will live together as, one family.
The good thing that the Peace Hut being in the community is for too much violence against women. Men be on a wife, nobody can talk so. You talk it, you get disgraced. But now, the Peace Hut, it has been good thing in the community.
There are many homes that have conflict that we have been able to settle from this Peace Hut. For instance, we had an example of a home that has been broken for the past 5 years. But through our training as Peace Hut women, we were able to mobilize the Peace Hut women and engage the family that were involved in it, and the husband was brought on board and were able to solve that problem, and there is peace now between that woman and her husband.
Now today the man is in the home taking care of his family. It's so wonderful, my people. So we celebrate it, and it made us to know that the Peace Hut had done something great.
Among many positive outcomes of the project, there exists a friendly environment between the women and the security agencies in the community.
The security and the Peace Hut women, the current relationship between us now is that whenever they call meeting, they call us to go there. When we call meeting, they're always there.
It has been a major discussion between us and our counterpart, where we design a ticket stand by the immigration service here, and the ticket sign on the date departure. And when you arrive at Janema, which is the Serolunsa, they will inspect that ticket to know as to whether the ticket where it's from. So these are the mechanisms we have to give free movement to the women.
There was a serious communication gap between security actors and the community, but today those gaps no longer exist because of the training received from the project.
Especially with the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. One was we were lacking of communication. There was no one in a gap to relay message from the LDEA to the women. But for now, since we just established our community drug service and in collaboration with the Women Hut, we are taking the DEA now to them, because the drugs in question that we are discussing is also embarrassing our children, it's damaging the youth.
The drugs has caused most of our boys, most of our girls are not going to school until the government can make it non-believable.
So really, I would like for the government to see reason to enforce the drugs enforcement, that our security will have power to work towards the drugs business. It has damaged our children until I'm sitting here, I'm a victim of it.
The thing that I want to say to the sponsor of this project, that they must bring more skill training after the building of our Peace Hut, so that it will encourage more girls and women, because the more baby will get training in our Peace Hut or in our community, more girls will be encouraged to come around.
So we wanted to empower us, the more add it up.
Liberia has taken significant steps towards peace and stability, and it is now entering a post-security transition phase. The sustainability of the project is key to partners, but mostly beneficiaries. The partners are committed to sustain the project to achieve its goal.
For sustainability aspect, IOM, together with UN Women and the UNDP, we thought about building the capacity on business plan and other entrepreneurial skills.
One thing that we would also want to see is that for them to be registered as community-based organization and having their own constitution and running on their own without support from development partners.
I think a lot more can be done with the extension of the project. I think the women are going to embrace it so much.
So we will continue our efforts in supporting the peace huts in really seeing them be independent and running successfully, trying to resolve issues at the local level, those issues that affect and impact the lives of women and girls at the community level.